There is evil in this world. It lurks in the hearts of men.
When it comes to Game Boy Advance, I sort of find myself becoming increasingly ambivalent about it, at least in terms of the physical cartridges and so forth. It's sort of become unnecessary. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a system I very rarely go back to these days. And so there's a lot of these cartridges I have that are just sort of sitting in their cases, not doing much. So I decided to sell, well, I'm certainly selling this one. In fact, it's already been sold, Tales of Phantasia. It's no longer mine. It will be gone from the house very soon. So it makes a perfect candidate for one last chance to play. Now, when it comes to the Tales series in general, the first game that I actually played was Tales of Destiny on the PlayStation, which I actually was one of the earliest pirated games I bought. And this would have been in a Chinatown in Toronto, and it was before CDRs were really a thing, and you could buy those for like a few dollars. This was a silver disc imprint that was imported and cost a little bit more than that. Now, I almost played it to completion. It was a good game. It was fun, but I think the first game I legally bought would have been Symphonia on the GameCube, or maybe and of course a little bit later I got Tales of the Abyss on 3DS. That was an early 3DS title that I've never put much time into. Maybe that's another candidate for this video series, who knows. But one of the things that made the Tales series stand out to me was like the artwork, the character designs by Kosuke Fujishima, who gets a separate credit in these games, and he was responsible for like the Oh My Goddess comic series manga, along with like You're Under Arrest and maybe one or two other things. Maybe I was a big fan of these comics in the 90s at the time, for sure. The line art was just so gorgeous, amazing artwork, and I thought the stories were fun and charming. But unfortunately, in modern times, you have to sort of separate the art from the artist, because it turns out he's a bit of a creeper. I don't know. I guess without getting into details, let's just say Woody Allen and leave it at that. As far as Tales of Phantasia goes, I think this is a Game Boy Advance conversion of what was probably the first Tales game that was on the Super Famicom. I don't think that was translated to English at the time, not until this release. So I don't remember putting a lot of time into it. So maybe the best thing to do is actually turn this thing on my DS Lite and see how far we actually did get. All right, here we are, Tales of Phantasia for the Game Boy Advance. Now, as I'm recording this is already sold. This is no longer mine. This is truly my last chance to play, at least on physical GBA hardware with this actual cartridge. I think if I was going to play this game now, I'd probably play it, on emulation, the Super Nintendo version, maybe, like a translated because I don't think this was. Well, I guess I don't know much about the history of this game, other than it was a Super Famicom game. And you see the copyright by Kosuke Fujishima that we talked about earlier. This is not a bad looking game. This is interesting for a couple reasons for me, because this is my first try at recording anything directly off portable system hardware like this. So this is running on my DS Lite, and I was hoping that the intro would start up again. I'm hoping it does. I'll give it a little bit more before I first start on this, because I actually truthfully don't know how much of this I'm actually going to play. I want to see what my last game save was. I doubt if I got very far into this. I remember buying it from Toys R Us and then sort of intending to play it and then not. So what is the year? Is that 2003? That's interesting. 2003. I wonder what 1998 was. 1994 would have been the original release, right? So what was 1998? Was there like a PlayStation release of this that maybe this is based on? Okay, we've been staring at this title screen for a long time now, so let's just get into this, because I don't think it's going to cycle through like I thought it would. I wonder what's under custom. Is that just the option menu? Yeah, I guess it is, huh? All right. Okay, we'll leave it as it is. I'll try not to move the Game Boy Advance around too much, or not the Game Boy Advance, the DS Lite. And we'll continue from wherever I left off, however long ago that was. I got one date of save here. It doesn't give a date. I played it for, I guess that'd be, I assume that's an hour and 37 minutes. So I'm level 6, so I don't think it's a minute 37, so it'd have to be at least an hour, which is not very long for an RPG. Alright, let's try this and get this going. Did I push the wrong button? I probably did. Okay, now we're starting. This is a very ad hoc try here. So this is going to be, I'm really going to try not to move the screen around too much because I know that can cause issues. Okay, so this is like the action RPG bit of it. I know you can do like Street Fighter moves. I don't think if you, yeah, no, if you can't go, if you don't hold back to defend. I think it does it automatically. Oh, I got smacked. I got smacked bad. Can I get some healing? Doesn't that hop automatically? I think you can bring up an action menu. Skill. I think she does first aid. Oh, she's got no spell points. I don't think I left myself in a very good position. Wow, I just got smoked. This is hilarious. Wow. What happens now? Wow, what a rough showing, huh? I'm a scrub. I guess that's what happens when you don't play for a super long time. Do I have any healing items? Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, so we're back in business. I don't even know what dungeon this is or why we're in here. That's a statue, I guess. Nothing I can interact with. I feel like I'm shaking the screen a bit. I'm sorry. Oh, nothing here. I guess I've been here before. So look, yeah, so this is kind of a, oh boy. This is a cool game system, like in terms of like how, like what they give, each of these Tales games has a different name for this sort of action RPG 2D battle system they use, like linear action something or other, right? I don't remember what name they were using for this one at the time. Just basically pressing the A button a lot is what it amounts to. And occasionally you can do like a Street Fighter motion, and you can map additional abilities to the buttons, I'm pretty sure. At least you could in the Game Boy ones. Like the Game Boy ones are all about using those special abilities. I don't know what my techniques are for this character. I'm just pressing the A button a lot. I got the voice samples going. At least I didn't die that time, but I still have no idea where I'm going. And it could be argued that an RPG is not... Oh, can't I get back here? An RPG may not be the best game type to show off in a video like this. Oh, there's nothing here. I really don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing. And you've probably all seen what a Japanese RPG looks like, kinda, at this point. So, I might just call it before this video gets too pointlessly long. I'm glad someone got it. I didn't get a lot of money for it, but I'm happy anyway, because otherwise it was just sitting in a bin with all my other Game Boy Advance games that I'm also kind of mulling over, seeing what I want to keep and what I don't, because I don't play Game Boy Advance games a whole lot. I feel like there are kind of maybe better ways to play those games now, if I want, if you know what I mean. So let's, ooh, I got poisoned. I'm almost dead. So, let's bounce out of this, and thanks for putting up with this for for as long as you have. But at least it was a fun excuse to talk about the Tales of games and my limited experience with them anyway. So let's bounce out of this. Thanks for watching. That was Tales of Phantasia. I'm going to let the intro play out a little bit here. Maybe some of the music too. I feel bad I left this part out. It is kind of a gorgeous game. Like in terms of the 16-bit Super Nintendo aesthetic, I think it looks really nice. Although it's obviously been, iterated upon and a lot more sophisticated now. But it's still not. It's not a bad game. I just don't think if I'm going to play this, I'm going to play it on the Game Boy Advance, so I'm okay with it going out of the house. And thanks for. I hope this wasn't a misguided video. I feel like I spent a lot of time with stuff that wasn't exciting to watch. But there you go. Maybe that's part of the reason why I'm selling it, because it wasn't that exciting. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.